Harvard Referencing Video. The Harvard referencing system is popular in the UK and the British Commonwealth, particularly in Australia. It is a very flexible referencing system that uses in-text citation and not the footnotes. For instance, the page numbers are not needed in in-text citations except where direct quotes are taken from a particular source. You only need a page number when you quote verbatim from another source, with direct quotes in quotation marks. There is a Harvard template, as well as the demonstration file that you can download and use to write your own project. This is what you see when you log into a Harvard template document. The title page is often very flexible, and it all depends on your institution's requirements. Now, let us take an example of a two-part essay to demonstrate how Harvard referencing works. The questions are: Part 1. What is the role of distribution in international marketing? Part 2. What are the advantages and disadvantages of third-party distributors in international marketing? The first thing is to deal with the title page. In Harvard referencing, there is no rigid style. Institutions request the type of information to disclose in the title page. In some cases, it depends on the lecturer or professor, and in other cases, there are no rules. You just disclose what you feel is necessary, apart from your student ID, which is mandatory. After the title page, we go down to the introduction. We need to break down the question. This will lead to headings that are equivalent to the key requirements of the paper. This is to be done by gathering information about general things relating to the research question. Through this, you can create a research problem and outline the purpose and structure of the paper. In this example, we will have to deal with the importance of distribution in international market. Then we have other things relating to the advantage and disadvantages of third-party distributors. This leads to different headings which can be divided into 3. Using the reference as you write or RAW method, we can gather information and reference it in order to gain the vital external materials we need to answer the questions. So we can gather information from books, journals, and other sources. Many researchers do the old-school research by going to libraries or consulting hard copies of books. However, in today's terms, the easiest and most convenient method of doing research is to consult journals or books online. In this case, we'll just copy and paste the appropriate sections to our browser and look for a source that matches up to the requirements. This is a book that seems to provide important answers, so we will click on it and go to the web page on Google Books. Part 1 involves writing the surname of the first author. Insert a comma, leave a space, and add the first name. Immediately after the first author's first name, we will add a semicolon, leave a space, and add the surname of the second author. We will add a comma, a space, and the first name of the second author. Copy and paste from the Google Books page. Part 2 is the Publication Information section. This can be gathered from Google Books by merely clicking the copyright link under the title of the book. This will take us to the page with the publication information. We will take the year, place of publication, and the publisher's name and enter them. If the book is in the second edition more, you need to enter it here. If it is a first edition version like this one, you can leave this section blank. When you finish gathering information in the raw method, you have unprocessed data. This is plagiarized stuff and will get you in trouble if you do not break them down. Thus, you need to rewrite the raw text and make it relevant to your study. This involves interpreting the content and using them in ways that can help you to draw reasonable conclusions. You need to break down and analyze the information. And after writing it, draw a conclusion that mirrors the research question. When you are done, you need a reference page. Start a new page at the bottom of the paper. This is done by going to the last page and creating a page break with Ctrl+Enter on Windows. This will lead to a blank page where you can enter your list of reference sources. Go to Bibliography up here in the Reference section. Choose the second option, Reference. It will create the reference list. Format it to fit into the rest of the paper. Get it double-spaced by selecting All and creating double space. In some cases, you will need a table of contents. You do this by going up here to the Create a Fresh Page after the title page. This is done with a page break, Ctrl+Enter below the title. From there, go to the Reference section and choose Table of Content. This will create a table of content that reflects all the headings and referencing page.